What we're going to talk to today is going to be about the Truglo pendulum sight. It's mounted on an adjustable bracket, has a locking pin. Use this sight on the ground. Get up in the tree stand, you release this, and that allows this sight to pivot at different ranges. See how that works there. All right, now I have preset this sight out of my tree stand at 15 yards is where I zeroed it at. The arrows I'm shooting are quite heavy. They are 680 grains, Easton axis, 5 millimeters. I have 4-inch helical fletching. I'm shooting a 200 grain field tip because I intend to shoot a 200 grain cutthroat broadhead. The system works quite well. I have a video which will be posted that shows me shooting it. What you have to do with this, depending on your bow, whether you're shooting a compound or shooting a recurve like I am. Now this recurve is a Martin Saber 50 pound at 28 inches. So, you know, it doesn't compete with a compound for speed, but it does pretty good for what it is. The thing about these sights is it eliminates having to judge the yardage as your target changes. If you've been a bow hunter, you know what I'm talking about. Deer comes out at 20 yards, starts quartering to you. Well, every step that deer takes, it's getting closer and closer and closer. When you have a bow that doesn't shoot bullets, you've got to keep changing sights. Oh, 10 yards. Oh, I need a 15 yards. He's moving. Oh, Lord, that's 17. Where do I shoot for that? That's the purpose of this sight. It automatically corrects. You need to know your maximum range, which I found out this morning shooting, that 16, 17 yards, that's the limit. Now, normally you shoot a 350 grain arrow out of a 50 pound recurve, and I'm shooting almost double than what normal shot, doing that for penetration. Now, with a lighter arrow, of course, she's going to shoot flatter. You get a flatter trajectory. Instead of being 15, 16 yards, like I'm set up now, I possibly could be 18 to 20 yards. Okay. My shooting capabilities with a recurve, they're so-so. So 15 yards, that's my maximum. I don't have a problem with that because where I'm going to be hunting, my shots are probably going to be 10 to 12 yards, which is even better. Now, I've tested it after I got it sighted in at 15, shot it at 10, at 8, hit perfect, shot down out of my stand 5 feet from my tree, hit perfect, hit right where I want it. That's about as close as I can get with this 64-inch bow and not hit my tree stand. So it's going to meet my purposes quite well. I've seen some of the reviews that people make, and they say, oh, that thing don't work, it don't work. Well, it does work. It takes a little bit of time and effort to set it up. If I wanted to shoot farther, I wouldn't zero at 15, I'd zero at 20, or I would zero at 25. But then when you do that, it doesn't work as well up close. You have to figure out where you're going to make your shot at. So, basically when I go to set up, I'm going to mark off 15 yards, and they got to be inside that range. That's the kill zone. Anywhere inside from 15 to me, put the dot on it and let it fly. And then the beauty of this sight, if I want to get out in the backyard and just shoot, I just tighten that up and I can adjust it wherever I want. 10 yards, 15, 20, 25, 30, wherever I want to set it. Works good on the ground. And that's the beauty of it. Now, I'm not a ground hunter, so for me, the ground's just a place for me to practice. All right, now, I'm going to post this video first, and then the other one will follow right behind it of us shooting it. Now, I'm shooting it from a 15-foot elevated stand. That's my feet. Me standing up, I'm 6 foot tall, so the bow is at another 5 foot off of the ground, so that's 20 feet. These sights, regardless of whatever you put it on, a compound, a recurve, whatever you put it on, you have to hunt at the same height. It's pretty forgiving for a foot one way, 2 foot one way the other. It's okay. But now, like my stand, I can set it up in a 10-foot area. It's a 10-foot stand instead of a 15. I'll have to set it up at 10 foot, put a mark, sight it in, and put a mark for a 10-foot stand because there will be a difference. The biggest advantage is when that shot comes, you don't have to be running them numbers through your head. Okay, is he 15? Is that 20? I don't know. Which sight? You don't have that problem. It's know your maximum range. When they get inside of that, it's all downhill from there because you pick your shot at that time, what you feel comfortable with, because the sight will do the rest for you. All right. Well, be sure